if you give people the opportunity to go back in time, oh my God, that would be ridiculous.
So but speaking of
You would
this,
never know.
I've actually played this game, a version of this game, where I ask people if you could invite 10 historical people to your dinner party, who would they be? So maybe I can ask you that. You don't have to list 10. Can you, off the top of your head, can you list a few that would have to be at the Joe Rogan barbecue? I could tell you who's my number one.
Who?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Time travel has long fascinated us, not just as a concept in science fiction, but as a tantalizing possibility. Could certain individuals in history, whose ideas and inventions were far ahead of their time, have actually experienced the future? Throughout the ages, some extraordinary minds have displayed knowledge or foresight that seems almost impossible for their era. In this exploration, we'll delve into the lives of these figures, scientists, inventors, and visionaries, and consider the possibility that their brilliance might have been more than intellect, perhaps a glimpse of the future itself through the lens of time travel. Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci, one of history's most enigmatic and brilliant minds, often appears to transcend his era with inventions, ideas, and insights far beyond the capabilities of his contemporaries. What if the reason for his extraordinary genius was that he was not just a man of the Renaissance, but a time traveler? It's a theory that, while fantastical, might offer an intriguing explanation for the uncanny foresight embedded in his works. Consider Da Vinci's sketches of flying machines. At a time when even basic principles of flight were unknown, he meticulously drew designs resembling modern helicopters and gliders. His aerial screw, for instance, bears a striking resemblance to modern helicopter blades, a concept that wouldn't truly take flight until over 4 centuries later. How could Da Vinci so accurately imagine flight without ever seeing a plane? A time traveler, perhaps, who had glimpsed the future and knew what human ingenuity would one day achieve. Then there are his anatomical studies. Da Vinci's anatomical drawings are so precise that modern medicine still references them today. His depictions of the human heart, including the flow of blood through the valves, were centuries ahead of his time. He even theorized about the circulatory system in ways that wouldn't be scientifically proven until the 17th century. It's almost as if Da Vinci had access to modern medical knowledge. Could he have witnessed the future of science firsthand? Additionally, his designs for military technology were shockingly advanced. He envisioned armored vehicles that resemble modern tanks, and machines that could fling projectiles akin to modern artillery. His conceptual understanding of machines of war seems almost prophetic, hinting at a mind that had seen the destructive tools of a future battlefield. Even his art carries hints of a man out of time. The famous Vitruvian Man captures the ideal human proportions with a level of precision and understanding that aligns more with the Enlightenment era than his own. His attention to perspective and depth in painting, as seen in The Last Supper, also suggests an understanding of optics that feels more suited to later centuries. While it's impossible to prove Leonardo da Vinci was a time traveler, his works undeniably suggest a mind that was somehow able to peek beyond the veil of his era, perhaps not just a man ahead of his time, but quite literally outside of it. Nostradamus. Leonardo da Vinci wasn't the only historical figure who seemed to possess knowledge beyond his time. While da Vinci's genius manifested in art and invention, his contemporary Michel de Nostradam, better known as Nostradamus, displayed a different kind of foresight, prophetic visions of the future. Nostradamus's writings have puzzled scholars for centuries, raising the tantalizing question: could his seemingly supernatural predictions be the result of something even more extraordinary? What if Nostradamus was not merely seeing the future, but had traveled through time? Nostradamus's lay prophecies, first published in 1555, has been linked to numerous historical events, including the rise of Napoleon, Hitler, and even the 9/11 attacks. Though cryptic, his quatrains seem uncannily accurate, especially when describing events that wouldn't unfold for hundreds of years. For instance, in one quatrain, he refers to a young child born of poor people who would seduce a great troop with his tongue, mentioning the name Hiester, a detail strikingly close to Adolf Hitler's rise. How could someone from the 16th century predict the emergence of a 20th century dictator with such precision? Another quatrain describes the King of Terror descending from the skies in 1999, which many have interpreted as a prediction of the 9/11 attacks. The description of destruction from above and its timing seem eerily aligned with one of the most pivotal moments in modern history. How could Nostradamus, living in a time of horses and swords, foresee such an event, dominated by airplanes and skyscrapers? Beyond political predictions, Nostradamus also spoke of scientific advancements and shifts in human society. His writings hint at technological developments, wars, and upheavals far beyond the scope of his own era. Perhaps these weren't mere predictions at all, but reflections of events he had already witnessed. Nostradamus' choice to present his visions in cryptic verse might have been a way to disguise his knowledge, shielding him from the dangers of revealing too much. Was Nostradamus simply ahead of his time, or could his knowledge have come from direct experience with the future, documenting it in riddles for us to unravel centuries later? Nikola Tesla. Nostradamus predicted the future with cryptic quatrains, but Nikola Tesla, in his own way, seemed to glimpse it through scientific invention. While Nostradamus foresaw events centuries ahead, Tesla's ideas and inventions often seemed to outpace the technology of his era. Among Tesla's many mysterious contributions is his rumored involvement in one of the most debated stories of modern times, the Philadelphia experiment, further fueling speculation that Tesla's connection to the future was more than just visionary. Tesla's most well-known achievement, alternating current, AC, revolutionized electricity, but his other, more speculative ideas spark deeper curiosity. For instance, Tesla envisioned wireless energy transmission, experimenting with it at Wardenclyffe Tower, believing electricity could be transmitted through the air or the Earth itself. This concept, dismissed in his day, mirrors modern wireless charging technologies, suggesting Tesla was working with ideas that wouldn't be practical until long after his time. But it's Tesla's supposed connection to the Philadelphia experiment that truly blurs the line between fact and science fiction. The Philadelphia experiment, an alleged secret U.S. Navy project during World War II, supposedly aimed to make a ship invisible, or even teleported, using electromagnetic fields. Tesla, known for his deep understanding of electromagnetism, has been linked to this event, with some conspiracy theories claiming that his earlier work on high-voltage fields played a part in these experiments. While there's no definitive proof, Tesla's expertise in wireless transmission and electromagnetic fields makes his potential involvement in such a radical project plausible. Tesla's predictions about future communication technology were also astonishing. He envisioned pocket-sized devices allowing instant global communication, an eerily accurate description of modern smartphones. In a time when telegraphs were cutting edge, Tesla spoke of a global system where people could see and hear each other from anywhere, long before the internet or video calls were conceivable. Whether through his advanced theories on energy, communication, or even rumored government experiments, Tesla seemed to bridge the gap between his own time and a distant future. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein's ideas not only revolutionized physics during his lifetime, but continue to guide cutting-edge scientific exploration today. His theories have shaped our understanding of the universe in profound ways, suggesting that his mind was constantly operating beyond the limits of the 20th century. Einstein's work, particularly on relativity and quantum mechanics, often feels like the foundation for technologies and scientific breakthroughs we're only beginning to grasp in the 21st century. The theory of general relativity, which proposed that space and time are interconnected and can be warped by gravity, changed the course of physics forever. Einstein predicted phenomena like black holes and gravitational waves, concepts that seemed purely theoretical at the time. Today, however, we have direct evidence of both. Gravitational waves were detected in 2015, confirming one of Einstein's most extraordinary predictions nearly a century later. The very fact that modern scientists continue to use his equations to unlock new cosmic mysteries makes it seem as if Einstein had glimpsed a future where we would have the tools to prove his wildest ideas. Einstein's insights into the nature of time also stretch into fascinating territory. His theory suggests that time moves differently depending on gravity and velocity, leading to the concept of time dilation. This means that time passes more slowly for an object moving at a high speed or in a strong gravitational field, a fact that is tested daily by modern technologies like GPS satellites, Without adjusting for relativity, our GPS systems would be wildly inaccurate, a testament to how Einstein's theories continue to underpin technology that is now an essential part of modern life. Beyond his work on relativity, Einstein's contributions to quantum theory opened doors to discussions on concepts that even today remain speculative, such as quantum entanglement. This spooky action at a distance, as Einstein called it, describes how two particles can instantly affect each other no matter the distance between them. While he found the implications troubling, quantum entanglement is now a key area of research in quantum computing and cryptography. Einstein's indirect involvement in the Manhattan Project is another fascinating example of his far-reaching influence. Though a pacifist, his famous equation E mc2e, mcc2e, mc2, laid the groundwork for nuclear energy, forever altering the world through atomic power. His equation remains at the heart of nuclear reactors and atomic weapons, demonstrating how his work continues to shape both the benefits and dangers of modern science. Whether predicting cosmic phenomena, laying the groundwork for quantum mechanics, or helping humanity harness nuclear energy, Einstein's theories have shaped both science and technology in ways that feel ahead of their time. His ability to envision and describe phenomena only now being proven suggests a mind that operated with a grasp of the future that even today's scientists continue to marvel at. Jules Verne. Jules Verne, often hailed as the father of science fiction, crafted stories that seemed to predict technologies and events far beyond his 19th century world. His novels, such as 20,000 Leagues, Under the Sea, and From the Earth to the Moon, envisioned submarines, space travel, and other advanced technologies decades or even centuries before they became reality. Verne's ability to imagine these innovations has sparked speculation. Was he simply a visionary, or could he have had a deeper connection to the future? In 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, 1870, Verne describes Captain Nemo's submarine, the Nautilus, in remarkable detail. At the time, submarines were rudimentary and largely experimental, yet Verne envisioned a fully functional, electric-powered vessel capable of deep-sea exploration. Modern submarines, powered by nuclear energy and equipped with advanced technology, closely resemble his fictional creation. Verne's descriptions of underwater voyages, along with his technical accuracy, seem uncannily ahead of their time. In From the Earth to the Moon, 1865, Verne not only imagined a manned mission to the moon, but even described launching it from Florida, where NASA's Kennedy Space Center would later be located. The method of launching a spacecraft involving a large cannon also bears a resemblance to the propulsion used in modern space exploration, even if the technology was far from practical in his era. Verne's foresight extended beyond technology to his understanding of human exploration and scientific progress. His works seemed to predict both the ambition and the engineering breakthroughs that would define the 20th century. Whether Verne had an extraordinary gift for seeing the future or simply an intuition for where science was heading, his stories continue to resonate today, offering a glimpse of a man who imagined the impossible and saw it become reality. Wernher von Braun. Like Jules Verne's extraordinary visions of space travel, Wernher von Braun's work helped turn such dreams into reality. Von Braun, a rocket scientist whose innovations laid the foundation for modern space exploration, transformed what once seemed like science fiction into fact. His groundbreaking designs propelled humanity into the space age, bringing us closer to the futuristic world Verne had imagined. Von Braun's early work on the V-2 rocket during World War II marked the first successful use of large-scale rocketry, which later evolved into the technology that powered space exploration. Though the V-2 was developed for warfare, von Braun always dreamed of using rockets to explore outer space. His ambition culminated in his leadership at NASA, where he was instrumental in the development of the Saturn V rocket, the vehicle that took humanity to the moon in 1969, fulfilling the very vision Verne had written about over a century earlier. Beyond the moon landing, von Braun's futuristic ideas extended to space stations and human exploration of Mars. He published detailed plans for space stations and proposed missions to the Red Planet, much of which would only be seriously considered decades later. His concept of a rotating space station to simulate gravity, for instance, closely resembles designs NASA and private companies are exploring today. In a sense, von Braun was a bridge between fiction and reality, turning imaginative concepts into practical achievements. His ability to envision not just the next step, but the next frontier of space exploration marks him as a visionary in his own right. Following in the footsteps of dreamers like Verne, von Braun took humanity from fantastical stories of space travel to the real, tangible exploration of the cosmos. Benjamin Franklin. Wernher von Braun's journey from the realm of science fiction to space travel was remarkable, but long before the space age, another figure, Benjamin Franklin, demonstrated a mind that seemed uncannily ahead of his time. Franklin's achievements as a statesman, inventor, and scientist have led some to speculate whether he was simply a man of extraordinary foresight, or perhaps something even more mysterious. His wide-ranging contributions to science, politics, and technology suggest a mind that didn't just belong to the 18th century, but seemed to operate with knowledge well beyond it. Franklin's inventions, such as the lightning rod, bifocal glasses, and the Franklin stove, were revolutionary in their practicality and impact. His famous kite experiment in 1752, where he demonstrated the electrical nature of lightning, laid the groundwork for modern electrical science. However, Franklin's understanding of electricity seemed to leap ahead of what was known at the time. He coined terms like battery and conductor, concepts still in use today. How could a man in the 1700s anticipate the direction of electrical science so clearly, decades before electricity would power homes and cities? Beyond science, Franklin's political insights also feel almost prophetic. His advocacy for a federal system of government, which influenced the drafting of the U.S. Constitution, as well as his push for public institutions like libraries and fire departments, shaped the future of American society. He was a key architect of principles that have endured for centuries, seemingly foreseeing the evolution of democracy and civic responsibility. It's as if Franklin understood not only the needs of his time, but the challenges and systems that would define future societies. Perhaps one of the most intriguing aspects of Franklin's legacy is his curiosity about time itself. Franklin proposed that clocks should be adjusted in the summer to make better use of daylight, essentially inventing daylight saving time, a concept that wouldn't be formally adopted until over a century later. His obsession with efficiency and time management only fuels speculation that Franklin might have had a unique understanding of time. Was Benjamin Franklin simply a genius, or did he possess knowledge beyond his own era? His inventions, writings, and influence suggest a mind operating on a different level, a man who seemed to know more about the future than his time would allow. Whether through sheer brilliance or perhaps something more, Franklin's legacy continues to inspire, as though he had one foot firmly planted in the future. Elon Musk. Benjamin Franklin's visionary mind transformed the 18th century, shaping the foundations of modern society. But in the 21st century, Elon Musk carries forward that same spirit of innovation. Only now, the focus has shifted to space colonization, electric transportation, and artificial intelligence. Musk's ambitions have often seemed not just futuristic, but almost as though he's working with knowledge of technologies that should be decades, if not centuries, away from his time. Could Musk, like Franklin, be someone operating with an understanding of the future that's beyond ordinary reach? One of Musk's most notable achievements is his work with SpaceX. His goal of making humanity a multi-planetary species, beginning with Mars colonization, sounds like science fiction ripped from the pages of Jules Verne or Wernher von Braun's notebooks. Yet, Musk has already made incredible strides toward realizing this dream with the successful launch and reusability of the Falcon rockets and the ongoing development of the Starship, a spacecraft designed to take humans to Mars. The boldness and pace of his plans make you wonder if Musk has seen the future of space travel and is simply racing to meet it. Similarly, Musk's work with Tesla has revolutionized the automotive industry. In a world dominated by fossil fuels, Musk envisioned electric cars not just as a possibility, but as the inevitable future of transportation. Today, Tesla is leading the charge in autonomous driving technology, with Musk boldly predicting fully self-driving cars. The rapid advancements in Tesla's AI-driven vehicles feel as though Musk is pushing toward a technological future that he already knows will happen, even as skeptics debate how long it will take to arrive. Then there's Neuralink, Musk's most daring and futuristic project. The company aims to create brain-computer interfaces, allowing humans to directly interact with machines using their thoughts. H.G. Wells. Elon Musk's vision of the future brings to mind another figure whose ideas once seemed impossibly ahead of their time, H.G. Wells. Known as the father of modern science fiction, Wells' works, such as The Time Machine, The War of the Worlds, and The Invisible Man, not only entertained, but also laid the groundwork for many scientific and technological concepts that would emerge long after his death. His ability to foresee the future with such clarity has led many to speculate whether Wells was merely a literary genius or something more, perhaps even someone with intimate knowledge of the future. Wells' The Time Machine, 1895, is arguably the most famous early depiction of time travel in literature. The story's exploration of traveling through different periods in history seems remarkably prescient, considering that discussions around time travel in science were virtually non-existent in Wells' time. Today, time travel is a serious topic of theoretical debate in physics, with scientists considering the implications of Einstein's theory of relativity on the nature of time. Did Wells simply have a vivid imagination, or was his understanding of time's malleability something rooted in ideas that wouldn't become relevant until much later? In The War of the Worlds, 1898, Wells tells the story of an alien invasion that overwhelms humanity. While it was a work of fiction, many of the details in the novel, such as the destructive heat rays and the depiction of mass panic, eerily foreshadowed the modern understanding of advanced weaponry, including lasers and air warfare. Wells was writing before airplanes or modern warfare tactics had even been conceived, yet his novel predicts many aspects of 20th century conflict. Beyond fiction, Wells made direct predictions about technology and society. He foresaw the development of tanks in the land ironclads, 1903, described atomic weapons in The World Set Free, 1914, and even anticipated the advent of aerial warfare. These predictions suggest a mind that not only grasped technological possibilities, but understood how they would shape global conflicts and civilization itself. Much like Elon Musk, who envisions the future of technology with astonishing accuracy, H.G. Wells didn't just imagine fantastical worlds. He seemed to have a profound sense of where human progress was heading. Whether through fiction or foresight, Wells' predictions have left a legacy that continues to resonate, as if he too had a window into the future he described so vividly. Philip K. Dick. H.G. Wells's remarkable ability to foresee the future finds a modern parallel in the visionary works of Philip K. Dick, an author whose fiction often seemed to predict the unsettling technological and social realities of our time. Best known for works like Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which became the film Blade Runner, The Man in the High Castle, and A Scanner. Darkly Dick's writing frequently explores themes of artificial intelligence, surveillance, and altered realities. His eerie ability to predict the rise of these technologies has led some to wonder if Dick had an uncanny understanding of the future, or perhaps even a glimpse into it. One of Dick's most prescient works, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, delves into the complex relationships between humans and androids, anticipating the ethical dilemmas surrounding artificial intelligence and synthetic life. Written in 1968, the novel touches on ideas that have only become relevant in recent decades with the rise of AI and robotics. Concepts like androids gaining self-awareness and challenging their human creators resonate with current debates about AI ethics and the future of human-machine interaction. Could Dick have seen the trajectory of this technology long before it became a reality? Similarly, Minority Report 1956 imagines a future where predictive technology is used to stop crimes before they happen. Today, with advancements in AI, predictive algorithms, and surveillance technology, we are inching closer to a reality where authorities can foresee potential criminal behavior through data analysis. Dick's vision of a world where privacy is sacrificed for security was not only ahead of its time, but feels increasingly relevant in the digital age. Another powerful example is The Man in the High Castle, 1962, which explores an alternate reality where the Axis powers won World War II. While speculative, the novel reflects Dick's deep interest in how history, perception, and reality can be manipulated, an idea that feels increasingly relevant in today's world of deepfakes, virtual realities, and disinformation campaigns that blur the lines between fact and fiction. Dick's recurring themes of paranoia, corporate control, and altered realities have become central concerns in today's technology-driven world. Like H.G. Wells before him, Philip K. Dick didn't just predict the future, he seemed to understand it on a profound level, offering stories that feel more like warnings or revelations from a future we are still in the process of unfolding. That is all for today's video. Comment to let us know your thoughts on time travel. Is it possible? And what historical figure do you believe to have had the access to such technology? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. See you in the next one.